Hey, warm blessings. I think I'm live. I still don't think I'll ever get used to being live on this computer. All right, last live of 2020. Pretty sure because, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. I am off work on starting, what's today? Today is the 22nd. 24th through the 30th. I'm coming back on the 30th for a couple of days because I'm starting a special series that I'm doing for my customers. Then until January 6th, which is my 8-year anniversary with Scentsy. So I am trying to do something for them. So I'm taking a week off though, and I'm pretty stoked about it because I need some rest. I need some reflection. I've got my book ready, my questions ready. I want to be able to focus on reflecting on 2020 in my business, and not be worried about like, oh, I got to get happy mail out before the end of the year, or I need to follow up with all these customers or whatever. So I am taking off for the week, and I plan to do lots of reading, resting, movies, hot chocolate, popcorn, like all the things with the kids. But I also want to take time to reflect and actually be able to be in the zone and think about how the year went and various things like that. So, anyway, with that said, because we are wrapping up 2020 and we're coming into 2021, and spoiler alert, just because the ball drops at midnight, I don't think that our um, situation, whatever you want to call it, is going to get any better. So, and that's not me being a pessimist, that's me being a realist. So, there's that. But I do think with 2021, a lot of people are going to come into the new year with high expectations of themselves and of the world around them. And I think that's great. At the new year, traditionally, people set resolutions. Um, and typically those resolutions get broken before the end of the month. Anybody else? Me? I'm definitely one of those. So several years ago, I quit making resolutions. And the name of this video is Resolutions Hack because there is a way around breaking your resolutions. And so I started this several years back because I know it's almost like it was ingrained in my brain that because it was only a resolution, it was okay for me to break it. And so I would break, going to the gym or I don't know. I'm just thinking like it's been years ago. So I know when I quit doing resolutions, I was living in Greenville, and I haven't lived in Greenville, North Carolina in 8 years, almost 9. So it's been a while since I quit doing resolutions. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to get right into this meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about because it is kind of a tactical training. So you may want pen and paper to write down things and take notes, possibly. So anyway, so let's try this instead of resolutions. And I am going to say some words that may, for some of you, I'll be like, oh my God, how many times is she going to beat this dead horse? But there are reasons why we hear some of the same things over and 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 over again in business. And that's because those are tried and true best practices that actually work. So I want to start by saying this. I don't do resolutions anymore. I do goals, but it's more deeper than just setting a goal and writing it on a piece of paper and staring at it every day. It goes a little bit deeper than that, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that with you today. So, like I said, if you have pen and paper, take it out. So goals that are not written down, you just got them in your head because you're like, I'm gonna think about them all the time. I'm gonna remember my goals. Boo, no, you're not. Goals not written down are just a dream, okay? But your goals that you write down on paper need to be visible. I'm staring above my computer screen right now, and I have my vision board for 2020. I need to work on one for 2021 coming up. I've got a list of like dream type things. And then I've got a list of goals and a plan of action. And then I've got a motto for 2021. And then I've got something someone told me once that's up there, kind of inspirational. So that's right above my head every day. So as soon as I sit in this lovely new chair I bought for myself, it's so much more comfortable than this one. But I'm still keeping this one because it's white. And if I set it by that window, it makes for really good staging, lighting, and white background, whatever. Anyway, I have products to take pictures and put them on social media. So anyway, um, you've got to keep your goals visible in front of your face, but there's more to it than just that. Then, I mean, like anybody can write their goals on a sticky note and stick it on their computer or stick it on their mirror or their refrigerator or whatever, put it on the background of their phone screen, whatever. Like anybody can do that, but that's not all there is to goal setting. There's a lot more to it than that. And so when you write your goals down, you have to do something about those goals. You have to be willing to do something about those goals. And I don't know if anybody is live, but if you are, say hello so I can say hey back to you. And number two, If you're watching this much later, then type replay so it'll bounce back up to the top, because I think this is something that everyone should watch before the new year comes, because I know a lot of times in our heads we're like, oh, my New Year's resolution is I'm gonna go to the gym every day for the whole year. Okay. I got faith in you, boo, but I'm just saying, you know how resolutions go. Anyways, I feel like people could really watch this now. And a lot of things I'm telling you guys today, yes, it's specifically about Scentsy Business, but you could also apply it to life too. So that's pretty cool. Get a bonus feature in there. But it's not only important to write your goals down and make them visible. You have to do something about those goals. So you have to do specific things. So this is where your plan of action comes in. Okay. So, and typically in the past, we've always started with like having a dream, like knowing what it is, like my dream board up here, like knowing the things that you want for the year, and then setting goals and then setting a plan of action. But this time I'm going to kind of do things in a little bit out of order. I mean, I still think you need to know what your goals are, sure, but I think that because we're coming into 2021 and the whole resolutions, new year, new me, all those things, that we should talk about how writing your goals down is important, but so is your plan of action. Your plan of action, and it goes a little bit deeper than that, so don't cut off yet. You may want to finish watching this. But your plan of action, like I know what my goals are. For instance, this is my example. This is a full-on example for me. Okay, I went and looked at my planner and I pulled one out. I don't even know what month it was. I just pulled out one of my goals I had written in my planner. So my goals are always written in my planner that stays in the kitchen and also in my office over here. So I see them all the time. Okay. So for one of my months, my PRV goal was $2,500. Why? Because at $2,500, I don't even remember what it is. You get paid 30% commission. So at $2,500, me by myself, just me alone in my PRV, I've made $750 that month. So that pays for a lot of our mortgage. And so that brings me joy to be able to know that like my paycheck alone, just what I do in sales alone, can really benefit my family's budget. So anyway, so always 2,500. My other goal for sponsoring is to sponsor 2 people, and one of those can be a reinstatement. It's okay. And then I always have a leadership goal to help someone promote, help at least 1 to 2 people promote every month. And for this particular month, I wrote 1. So, how do we get those things though? Like, how do we reach that? Because like I said, like you can write your goal. I can write 2,500 on my PRV goal. I can write sponsor 2 people. I can write help 1 person promote on my board over here and in my planner. But am I actually going to like do those things just because they're written on paper in front of my face every day? No, I'm probably not. It's really easy to ignore them, just like it's easy to forget in your brain. It's also really easy to ignore that post-it note that's sitting on your desk staring at you every single day. So you have to actually do things to make your goals come to fruition. So for PRV, for instance, for me, because I know it's $2,500, like how, okay, so now that I have my goals written down, like how am I going to actually achieve those goals? So this is your plan of action part. So I have to follow up with 5 a day, 5 people, customers a day for sponsoring. And that's just minimum for PRV, but that's just an idea. So follow up with 5 people a day. For sponsoring, making join packets, having a kit list. That's people who may be interested in the $59 kit when I close out any order, any $200 or more order. Making sure that I have reinstatement type posts on my social medias to let people know, like, because so many people don't realize that it's free to reinstate as a Scentsy consultant. For leadership, how do I help 1 person promote? That's one-on-one coaching calls with them, inviting them to one-on-one coaching calls. It's recognition and it's encouragement for them. It's getting to know that person one-to-one and seeing what it is that they want and asking them a lot of questions in our coaching if they actually decide to get on the phone with me. So it's just literally working with them one-on-one and having a plan through that. So we talk about systems a lot, especially if you're a leader, and how important systems are. And but here is why they are super important. If you're not a leader yet and you kind of like occasionally heard the word system, but you're not really like sure what that means, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that. So of course, at the beginning, of course, we're not doing resolutions, we're doing goals. Then we have plan of action, and then we have the systems. So the reason those kind of go in with one another, you have your goals, yes, but then you have to have a plan of action to how to reach your goals. But then inside of your plan of action, you have to have a system for how to do your plan of action. Okay, so that's where the systems come in. That's where the systems are so important. So the systems are the actual things you do and how you do them. So they're what you do and how you do them. Okay, So good systems become habits, which is great because this is my system right here for my business and my leadership. But this has become such a habit because I'm so used to doing them every single week that like half the time I don't even look at my list. I know what I have to do the first week of the month, the second week of the month, the third week of the month, the fourth week of the month for my business and for my team. Yeah, sometimes I might forget something, and that's what my list is for. That's why I check off the boxes. So good systems become habits. Bad systems get pushed by the wayside, which means if your system is a bad system and it's pushed by the wayside, then you're probably not doing your plan of action, which means you're more than likely not going to achieve your goals. Let me say that one more time. Good systems become habits, okay? Bad systems get pushed by the wayside, which means that you're not doing your plan of action, your steps, which means you're likely not achieving your goals. So if you do that in reverse, what's the problem? The problem is your system. If your system is not working for you, you have to stop that system and find something else to work with, guys. And systems sounds so methodical, so mechanical, maybe not methodical. Methodical is a good word, but mechanical. It sounds so technical. But guys, a system can be a post-it note. My post-it note says I need to follow up with Susie Joe, Bobby Sue, Katrina, Lorena, I mean, all these people on this one post-it note today, 5 folks, and that's my post-it note. And then tomorrow my post-it note's gonna have another 5 on it. I mean, whatever your system is, guys, it doesn't matter. You have to find a system that works for you. And if the second that you're not working your system or the system you've chosen, you have to be able to have the courage to step back and say, wow, this is not working. I need to do something different. Okay? You have to know when enough is enough. Okay, and I have gone through so many systems this year with Happy Mail. This is my Happy Mail cart now. I bought an actual cart and I've got all my mailing stuff in it, and it sits over to the corner. Whenever I need to mail something, I just drag it over because before this, I was a chaotic mess. And that's another part of systems, guys, is getting yourself organized. Y'all see my office? My office is still kind of crazy. All that mess back there on the floor. Like, I am going to get it taken care of, I promise, but when your office is chaotic, when your space is chaotic, you will be chaotic. You will be overwhelmed and frustrated and be like, well, fine, I'm not going to do it anyway, and walk away. So I had to get my happy system stuff organized because I had it here, closet, over here. Now I've got it all in one place. So when I'm ready to send mail, I just pull the card over to me and I start, it's got everything, envelopes, stamps, everything, all the things. So getting organized is important too. That is part of a system. So get systems, right? Schedules. And this is all right, we're going to start here. We're going to start right here where folks don't love it, where this makes them cringe a little bit. You've got to schedule Scentsy into your day, guys. If you want to be a successful Scentsy business owner, if you just want to be a hobbyist and put in a $200 order every 4 months, that's cool. It's totally fine. But you got to have a system for it. You've got to have a system for you. I mean, and a part of that system, excuse me, my nose is itching, so I'm talking about me. I see you. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but you've got to have a system in starting first and foremost is scheduling the time to work your Scentsy business. Really, my nose is itching bad. Somebody's really talking about me. But scheduling Scentsy into your day, making Scentsy a priority of part of your day, even if it's only for 15 minutes, even if it's only for 30 minutes, even if it's only for an hour a day, that's fine. Crack open your planner, crack open your Google Calendar, whatever it is that you use, and you schedule in 30 minutes as soon as you walk in the door. And I can say this for people who don't have kids. Maybe as soon as you walk in the door, you welcome your pets and you love them, and then you say, okay, babies, I'm going to take you out for a walk, and then I'm going to come back inside, and I got 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, and I'm going to get some Scentsy work done before I have to start cooking dinner. If you do have kids, maybe that time that you schedule is after they go to bed. And if your kids are anything like mine, they want us to lay down with them every night, and every single night we fall asleep with them for at least 30 minutes. Then we wake up and it's 10 o'clock, and you're like, OMG, I would just want to go to bed. But listen, you can't sleep on your dreams. You can't sleep on your goals. If you want to make things happen for yourself and for your business and for your circumstances, you've got to actually put in the work. And sometimes that means staying up 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night to work on some things because you don't have time during the day because your life is so busy. You work outside the home, you're a full-time job, or maybe you stay at home and you homeschool and you've got virtual learning and you've got all the things to do. And when are you going to fit Scentsy in? I don't know, man. I don't know. You have to look at your own schedule, but I'm just here to tell you that if you're not making Scentsy a priority, then you're not going to be a successful business owner. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So you've got to prioritize Scentsy into your day. The next thing you have to do is have your daily mode of operations. Some people call these DMOs, your daily mode of operations. That's what you actually do when you have the time. And these are IPAs only, income producing activities. These are my daily modes of operation. This is my checklist. This is a system. Scheduling time to work my Scentsy business. I've scheduled it right now. I'm giving you guys 30 minutes of my time before I go upstairs and do our last day of homeschool before Christmas break. That was me intentionally scheduling this time this morning for you guys, because if I tried to do it later today, I have so many things on my schedule that I would probably forget to do it, and I was feeling really inspired about this, so that's why I'm here now. But anyway, so scheduled the time to my daily mode of operations. It's in here. Okay, it's in here. The things that I'm doing for my business today. Consistent follow-up system is important. That is probably the most important thing of your business. A happy mail system, whatever that means. This might look a little crazy to some people, but I know what I'm doing and I know how to do it. And I've changed it a lot this year, and I'm getting ready to change it again for 2021, but I promise I'm getting there, and my customers are happy about it. It's fine. I'm still making them happy. It's just I've got to figure out how to make things a little bit more simple and a little bit more easy to do. Your sampling system. So listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Please don't pass out samples all willy-nilly if you're not tracking them. Like if you're passing them out all willy-nilly thinking people are going to call you because your label's on the back, you're wrong. They're not. You have got to make sure that whoever you're passing your samples out to, that you're getting some type of follow-up information from them, getting something from them if you can. Okay. Now, sometimes I leave samples like at a restaurant with my tip. Like I'll put a sample of a business card under there. Sometimes I do that. That's okay. But please don't just send your customers all these samples without tracking it, because here's what I have found. And this is why I'm making a huge change to my scent of the month sampling for the first time in probably 5 years maybe. I'm making a huge change because I write down who I mail them to when they ask for them in my VIP group. I post my VIP group, I tell them what the sample is. I tell them I have 15 that I'm going to mail. Of course, I've got more samples than that, but I'm only going to mail 15 of them. The rest of them I can put in orders or whatever, but I only keep up with these 15. I mean, I don't only keep up with them, but I keep up with the ones I mail specifically because I did pay postage, right? So I write them down and I mail them out, and then after about a week and a half, I follow up with them, and I'll do a blanket post on my VIP page and just say, hey guys, whoever got Jade and Jasmine, let me know what you think of it in the comments. And then I will take my notebook where I've written everybody down who I specifically gave Jade and Jasmine to, which I haven't yet, but I'm just giving an example, and I will personally message every single one of them. Hey, did you get that sample? What'd you think of it? Okay. Well, here's what I found was happening. A lot of people were requesting samples from me, but when I actually pulled their order history, they hadn't ordered from me in like 8 months, a year. If you're not ordering from me from, the last 8 months to a year, but you're getting samples from me every single month, something's up. Something's up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay if I'm not your consultant anymore, but I'm surely not going to be paying 55 cents, and it's getting ready to increase in January, by the way. I'm not going to be paying 55 cents plus in postage to send a sample to someone who's not my customer anymore. You know what I mean? And I can do that for a couple of months, because I understand sometimes your customers only shop from you every 6 months or so. Maybe they're the customer who rotates around to other people because they want to spread the love, and that's fine. But listen, if you haven't shopped from me in the last year, like, something got to go. Something got to go, and it ain't gonna be my sample to you in the mail no more. Okay, so tracking your sampling is important. Track your daily numbers. This is really inspiring for me, and I've been doing this since June, but I have literally a sheet of paper. I think I've uploaded it here. If I haven't, I'll try to upload it for you guys, but it is literally a daily number tracking. So I screenshot my workstation every night before I go to bed. Like, literally, it's the last thing I do. I sign on really quick. I go to reporting, view my performance, and that first screen that pulls up, I screenshot it. It's got all my information, team information, frontline information that I need on it, and that's really inspiring to me because I literally write it down on a sheet of paper. On this sheet of paper right here every single day, and I can look and see every single day, has my PRV increased? Has there been a change in my business, and my team's business, and my frontline's business? Has what's going on? It literally puts it right in front of my face so I can see what's going on. And it's specifically encouraging for me and inspiring for me when I look at my own PRV and I see, oh my God, I've been sitting at $562 PRV for the last 3 days. What's going on? I need to do some follow-ups. I need to touch with some people. I need to email my entire contacts tab and say something cool besides just trying to sell Scentsy to them, but then also drop my link because every single time I do, someone shops. Every single time I do, someone shops. But anyway, so again, systems are the actual things you do and how you do them. Good systems become habits. Bad systems get pushed by the wayside, which means you're not doing your plan of action, which means you're not achieving your goals. So we used to have a saying in Scentsy. I'm going to wrap it up right here. We used to have a saying in Scentsy that called the joy in the journey, finding the joy in the journey. I think it was around 2016. So that was a big saying. I think Heidi gave it to us. We were all just, thinking about the joy in the journey, the positive things, looking for the good in every aspect. That was literally the time when this team page went from being a place where people vented and ranted and carried on and said negative things often to a place where that was absolutely not acceptable. Delete without further ado. Delete. And no explanation and that's in the group description here. We don't do negativity anymore. If you need to rant and vent, you got to find a upline to do that too. But this team page is not the place for it. So, joy, looking for the joy in the journey. Okay, now look for all the good things and then count them all joy. That's in the Bible, by the way. But a friend recently posted on Facebook, and I saw this, and some of you all probably know her. But I'm not going to name drop her. But anyway, she recently posted a picture of a picture of somebody's yard sign that says Joy, 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 but the Y had fallen down, so it just said Joe. And so it made her think, and it was so profound to me that I thought I'd bring it to you guys too. But it made her think that if you don't have your Y, you're not going to find the joy. So remember the sign Joy, Joy, the Y had been knocked down. And so she's saying if you can't find your why, you're not going to be able to find the joy. And I thought, gosh, that's so deep. That's so deep. That's so good. So I want to ask you guys, what joy do you get from being a Scentsy consultant? Okay, what joy do you get from being a Scentsy consultant? And so when we look for that why in our joy, why are you a Scentsy consultant? Why are you here? Why do you stay? What brings you joy in this business and why? Find your joy in the journey. Okay? Find your joy in the journey. When you find your joy in the journey, and you know why you're doing this, you will not set resolutions, you'll set goals. You will not just write goals on a piece of paper, you'll make a plan of action. You will not just say that I'm going to follow up with 5 customers today. You're going to have a system for how to follow up with them. You're going to have a system for scheduling Scentsy into your day, into your calendar, into your crazy busy life. You're going to have a system for these things, all because you know what your why is and you know where the joy in the journey is. Love y'all, mean it. This probably is going to be the last video of 2020, but I make no promises. If not, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the things. Go make 2021 incredible. Reflect on your 2020. Sit down and think about what your goals, your plan of action, your systems are going to be for 2021. Okay. Love y'all. Mean it. If you have questions, drop them below. Bye.